Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Quinn and this is my first ever YouTube video. I am so excited to have you guys along for this journey with me, and I hope you guys stick around. If you guys like this video, if you're interested in following me, make sure you guys subscribe and also like this video and leave some comments below if you guys want to see anything specific from me. I'm just going to do a quick little about me video today for you guys. I guess not really an about me, but something about me. I also just started my own blog. So that is quinnjanelleparmley.com, and I'll also put that in the description box for you guys below. But I recently just published a blog about anxiety and all of my mental health struggles that I've had for the past 6 years. And the responses that I got from it were just literally so amazing that I was thinking, I was like, you know, maybe I'll do my first YouTube video around that. I had women reach out to me, and men, but mostly women, reach out to me and just tell me how like encouraged they felt, and how like courageous they thought that I am for sharing my story, which is like so crazy for me. When I was reading it, I was like, these people are telling me that I have courage and I'm brave and stuff, but you know, it took me 6 years to finally talk about this and to share this problem with the world. So even some of the people that I know the most, like people I'm closest with, they don't even know my struggles. So this is something that is just so crazy for me, but I'm really happy that I finally am getting this out there for you guys and just for everyone, because this is a topic that we should not be afraid to talk about. So I'm gonna get into it now and stop blabbering. But it was 6 years ago. I was a freshman in college when I first had a panic attack. So this was a little bit different than some people's first panic attacks. I feel like a lot of people have more of like an extreme panic attack when it happens, because they're just so like confused at what's happening, what's going on, that it is a lot bigger than what mine was. I know that I've experienced other people who have had panic attacks who are like really hyperventilating and need medical attention, and it's just like to a level that I haven't quite experienced. So mine was a pretty, I guess, mild panic attack. So I did suffer from just not being able to breathe. I mean, that is what a panic attack is, if you guys don't know. I was in my freshman seminar class at Pepperdine University when it first happened, and we were reading a book about, what book? It was Tuesdays with Morrie was the book we were studying, and I think in the moment I was just so freaked out about old age that I'm assuming that's what triggered the anxiety and panic inside me. In the book, it talks about, I don't even remember all of it because we didn't read the whole book. We read like excerpts from it. Sorry, I'm so distracted. There's so much chaos going on outside. Literally, like, what is going on? You guys, there was literally just a lady, this poor lady was just dropping off an Amazon package to this house across the street. And then this other car pulled up and just got like so angry because the Amazon lady was like in the road, but there was nowhere for her giant truck to go. Okay, sorry you guys, such a commotion. Anyways, we were reading Tuesdays with Morrie, and I think like in the moment in my class, I was like thinking of my parents, and I was thinking like, when they're old, like that's just gonna be so devastating to me. Like when it comes like my time to help take care of them, I like couldn't, I don't know. I like, that is why I had a panic attack. I literally started worrying to a point that I have never worried in my life, and I just got like so upset, and I found myself in my class, literally I just started to like not be able to breathe. And like I said, it wasn't to the point where I was hyperventilating. I didn't have to leave class. Thankfully, class ended like 5 minutes later, so I was in luck with that. But it was bad enough to the point where I did go to like the health center on campus, and I was just confused. I thought like maybe I had asthma, or that I had like some weird respiratory illness. I don't know. I thought that there was just like something going on physically with me that was causing me to not be able to breathe. So I was really shocked, to say the least, when the doctor told me that I was having a panic attack. I remember thinking like, okay, this is weird. I don't even know what that means. I've never had one. And like, at first, like, to be honest, I felt really pathetic. I was just thinking like, you know, I'm not that person. I don't have panic attacks, and I'm strong. And I kind of just shook it off and went on with life. But soon it got worse, and I had to stop being in denial about it. The anxiety became almost constant soon after that. I started to experience really bad insomnia, to the point where I was just sick all the time. I don't remember a time in my freshman year at college that I think I was just healthy, besides when I first got to college. I was just like, I remember there were times where I couldn't even get out of bed because I was so exhausted, so miserable, just drained and so sick. And it was just from not sleeping. And it got to the point where I would walk the track. I would start walking the track around like midnight or something like that. And I would walk the track till maybe like 3 or 4 a.m. just trying to do something. And then I would go back to my room and then try to attempt to sleep again. So I suffered from that for a few years, just generalized anxiety, occasional panic episodes, not too crazy though, more mild panic attacks, severe insomnia, and yeah, that was about it for that. But it happened for all throughout college. It wasn't until it was like the summer before my senior year. I was there taking some extra classes in the summer to get ahead so that I could take more classes that I wanted during the semester. So it was that summer before senior year that it like hit me how bad it was. I had one of my best friends who was my roommate in summer school. She tried playing soothing music for me. She's so amazing. Rachel, if you ever watch this, I love you. But it didn't work, and I would often find myself still just getting up and going and walking the track or walking around campus, doing something. It was just awful. I can't even put words to it and describe how awful it is. You will know if you've had anxiety or suffer from insomnia. You guys will know what I'm talking about. But it was really hard to explain and put words to just how awful the experience is so that other people will understand. But soon after that, I finally decided that I needed professional help. So my senior year, I finally got on a medication. I was prescribed a couple different ones to try at first. I can't even remember the first one that I was on. But it worked perfect. Like, I was shocked. I went back to school, and it was just great. I don't remember really ever having any bad episodes or anxiety, really. And my senior year was probably one of the years that should have been the most stressful, and it wasn't. So that was pretty amazing. I didn't have any side effects at all. I think I maybe had some vivid dreams, but never to the point of nightmares, which I will get into. So it was just really good. I mean, I thought oh, I was cured and this is great and I'll take this forever and it'll be wonderful. But after I graduated, I moved back to Washington State, where I live now, and it was fine for a few months, nothing changed. But then out of nowhere, I think this was maybe 3 months after I graduated, and I had been on the medication at that point already I'd been on the medication for 9 months. So it was a long enough time to where things don't change in your body. So it was really strange. Out of nowhere, I started to experience literally almost every single side effect that you could have for the medication I was on. So it was awful. I started having extreme dizzy spells, super vivid, crazy, creepy, and terrifying dreams, to the point where I was waking up crying in the middle of the night. And this isn't like a normal nightmare that I'm talking about. We all have dreams about maybe like a loved one dying or something like that terrifies us and we cry. But these dreams were like so vivid and real to the point where when you wake up, you're confused. I would wake up feeling like this just happened to me. Or I'd have to look around and be like, okay, I'm at home right now and I just woke up. That's how vivid they are and how real. And it's so crazy to try and describe this to someone, because if you haven't experienced it, then you won't really know what I'm talking about. You'll probably just be like, oh yeah, my dreams seem real. But it's a whole another level that I was never expecting. And you have terrifying dreams that, like things that you see in movies that you never really thought you would have nightmares about. Let's just say that. It is pretty bad. But then I think the worst of it was I started to experience the absolute worst night sweats I've never had night sweats, but it was just awful. So if any of you have experienced withdrawal from any medication that you're prescribed or from narcotics, whatever it is, you guys know what I'm talking about. That withdrawal period is absolutely horrific, and I wasn't even experiencing a lot of the like withdrawal symptoms that people go through because I wasn't withdrawing. I was on a medication, so it was really crazy. I had crazy bad night sweats to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't handle it. At the time, my boyfriend, who's now my fiance, he had just moved in with me here, and we were comfortable with each other, and he knew I was having night sweats. It wasn't something I was embarrassed about to talk to him with, but it still was uncomfortable, you know? Like when you first start living with the person that you love and you want to spend your life with, you don't really imagine having night sweats and not being able to turn over and hold each other when you wake up, stuff like that. And so it just kind of started to just really upset me to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I stopped taking that medicine. I tapered off of it. So that was probably about 2 years ago. And things are great after that. Things went back to normal. I felt fine. And then all of a sudden, I started to experience my anxiety again, full force. It got to a point this time that I actually developed chronic headaches that really, really sucked. There's no other way to put it. There's a thing with anxiety that people don't understand is you struggle with your breathing. And this isn't the same for everyone. Everyone's different with anxiety, but for me, the most pronounced part of it that I was experiencing was my brain was not telling me to breathe. I was constantly trying to remind myself, breathe, and take a deep breath now, because you're not breathing. I would not breathe and hold my breath without even knowing it, which just sounds so crazy, and it's really hard to tell people because it's something that your brain and your body is supposed to do unconsciously. So it's hard for people to understand that this could happen. But it was happening to me, and it was to a point where I literally wasn't getting enough oxygen to my brain. So I was developing chronic headaches, which also was leading to just chronic fatigue and just all sorts of problems with my body. I started having really bad digestive issues, just all sorts of issues that I believe were related to my anxiety, or that's what my doctor believes too. So I ended up going on a medication again. It was just to the point where I could not deal with the chronic headaches anymore. I was taking Advil or Aleve or Excedrin. I was taking whatever I could every day for my headaches. So I finally just figured, if I'm taking something for headaches, then maybe I should just try to treat my anxiety again. So for the past 4 months, I was on another medication. This time it was citalopram. This has been pronounced to me 2 different ways, so I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I've heard it citalopram and citalopram, so I just call it citalopram. That's how I've heard it the most from my doctor, so I'm gonna stick with that. But that's what I was on for the past 4 months, and at first I literally was like so ecstatic and over the moon about this drug. I don't know if I should call it a drug, this medicine. I literally just felt so happy. I don't even know, I can't even describe how it made me feel. I literally was just ecstatic. I loved life again. I was just like ready to conquer the world. I found my motivation again. My headaches went away literally immediately. It was such a godsend, you guys. I can't even tell you how amazing it was. So don't get me wrong, these medications do work for people. However, for me, this sort of like, I guess, honeymoon period of this medication went away so quick for me. This medication I was on this time, it takes about like anywhere between like 2 to 4 months, I believe, to kind of get over like your body adjusting to it, and everyone's different. But my side effects started happening to like an extreme that you aren't supposed to experience. So I started having the really bad severe nightmares again. I would wake up crying, and literally like 2 weeks ago, right before I stopped taking the medication, I was sleeping with a nightlight for about a week. And I'm 23 years old. So that is something really embarrassing for me to admit, but I can't even describe like how horrific the dreams were that I was having, and just like how real they felt to me when I woke up. It literally got so bad that it scared me to go to sleep at night, and I would purposely stay up as long as I possibly could, because I was just scared to go to sleep. Aside from that, I was also experiencing crazy dizziness. Anytime I would stand up, I was dizzy. And I had night sweats again. Severe, severe, severe night sweats every night. And it soon was so bad that my legs got covered in a rash that was just really, really bad. And that is like not a normal side effect of this drug. And so I ultimately just decided that I couldn't do this anymore. I couldn't do this to myself. Aside from like being able to help with my chronic headaches, I really felt that just maybe dealing with my anxiety on its own is healthier and better for me and for my body than dealing with this drug. So I quit that cold turkey about 5 days ago. I haven't taken it since, and I can't even express to you guys like literally how amazing I have felt today and how much of a game changer it was. The past 5 days were awful, so don't get me wrong. The withdrawals were awful, 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 awful. I didn't experience some of the more like severe ones, so thank goodness for that. I wasn't suffering from like vomiting or numbness in my body at all. I have been dealing with some pretty bad dizziness for the past week since going off of it. Still some occasional nightmares, not nearly as bad. And then the worst part is the night sweats. So that is what I have been going through with the withdrawals, is the crazy, crazy sweating at night. Ugh, it is so awful. If you guys need an example of what it feels like, it is literally like put your clothes on, go jump in a pool, but you're not literally soaked. So like wring out your clothes, put them back on, and then go lay in bed. It is the most uncomfortable feeling ever. You're freezing, and you wake up like that. So that's what I was dealing with. But last night was the first night that I did not have any night sweats, and I am literally so happy. I can't even like voice that to you guys how stinking happy I am. I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. like on cloud 9. I didn't wake up feeling lethargic and just like unmotivated. I was just excited for the day. I got up, I ate breakfast, I had my coffee, and I got some things done today. So it's just all around been so great. It's only been like one day that I have felt like this, but it is just so great. Anything beats that feeling when you're on like an antidepressant that like during the day you literally just feel tired. Like all the time you're drowsy. And that's one of the things about like medications that I personally have like looked forward to the least with these is just how sleepy they always make me, and I hate it because I'm not myself. So that's been probably the thing that's made me the happiest so far, just being my normal self again and having energy to do things and being motivated again. I'm like so motivated today. I can't even describe it, but it's really exciting and I'm so happy. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just wanted you guys to know that like this is a huge important part of me that I want you guys all to know in advance. And this is something that so many people struggle with, and it needs to be talked about. And everyone's struggle with mental illness needs to be heard. So feel free, you guys, if you guys struggle from similar things, go ahead and write in the comments, talk to me about it. I would love to hear you guys' experiences and your stories. We all need to encourage each other and uplift each other. So I think that us talking and sharing about it is just gonna like help get the conversation going. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am so excited to start this journey with you guys, and I cannot wait for more videos and to get to know you guys better. Make sure you guys subscribe if you liked this video and if you want to tune in for more content in the future. I look forward to hopefully posting new content every single week, you guys. So now that I got my motivation back, I'm going to get it going with that. So I look forward to talking to you guys soon, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. So excited. This is something I've been wanting to do for so long now, so I'm finally doing it. And if Vlad to talk to you guys about anxiety and things that I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.